Stay a while and listen. Guys, this is going to be a treat. Hopefully for all of you as well as with me. I was actually planning on bypassing this week and going right into the Mario RPG remake that I promised Midget B. Because I have to switch. Like, it's physically here. We got it right here. And I've got the game card right here. But I actually went in to test my my capture card to get it set up. Because, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I? I love Mario RPG. I know that there are a lot of people that have been waiting for me to play it. But I plugged it in and it wasn't communicating. Well, you consider what you get for $30 on eBay sometime and realize that sometimes you can go awry. Oh, excuse me. Sometimes you can get awry on what is too good to be true. So, since we have a little buffer, and this is going to be a short game, Diablo 2, and I'm not going to go through like every character 100% or anything else like that. Diablo 2 is a short game because it was meant to be replay and then go down and redo it again and then come back and do it again. Like, I could probably marathon Diablo 2 and finish within a day, within a reasonable amount of hours. I mean, if you're not doing a full map explore or anything, it's... Wow. I don't know if I'm sick or what the hell is going on here. Give me just a sec. Oh, excuse me. It's not outside the realm of possibility to finish one character beginning to end of one act in Diablo 2 in, depending on where you are for character level 2, because, you know, when you build characters with the Ultimate Diablo editor, it goes even quicker. Like, in those, I could get from Act 1 to Act 5 in half an hour. But reasonably, this is probably going to be 3 or maybe 4 streams. Because we're only going to go through one character. I will decide how I handle the map as we go. I don't think I'm going to like try to get everything out of there, but I'll at least try to grab the edges and all the caves from all the various different pieces of the map that we're going to do. But this is one of my favorites. This is something I've been excited to do for a while. And again, it makes a good buffer for me between games because I can go through and set things up and get ready to go. Whereas we can take 2, maybe 3 streams of a Diablo character and just have a little bit of fun and blow off some steam. And it's a really easy game. And it also leaves the window open for if you do finish with one character, we can go down into Nightmare in Hell difficulty as well. I'm so excited for this. I dumped hours, days, weeks of my life in my early 20s into this game. And now I'm going to share it with you guys. So, as Deckard Cain says, stay a while and listen. And there's a chance, if we can maybe work it up in the Discord, that I'll go ahead and we'll do some play-togethers too, because it's multiplayer and it's online multiplayer on top of it. So yeah, absolutely. We can jump in a voice chat and play together, either on or off stream. One of the best parts about playing Diablo 2 is it's fun to play by yourself and it's fun to play with friends. So, without further ado, again, I say stay a while and listen, and let's get down into it. I'm going to move a couple things on my screen here real quick. Where's my news scene? There it is. I know it's got the cringe BattleNet launcher. Alright, let's get the Twitch chat up. See what I can see what you guys are doing here. Looks like a couple of people are watching and lurking already, so that'll be cool. Feel free to chat because it moves everybody up to the front of everything. Get a quick update over here. And let's get started. I want to get the Rumble chat up over here. The Mogwai says, Lindsay knows of another thing to play by yourself. Nice. Alright. Diablo 2 Resurrected. Here we go. I'm going to go with the original soundtrack. Even though a lot of the time I played with music in the background. You know what? No, I'm going to play with music in the background. No. We'll do the first one. I'll decide as I go if I want to go with background music or Diablo 2 music. Can this still be considered the battle against sin? Possibly. That is a distinct possibility. But there is a more iconic catchphrase that goes with this game. Alright. I'm going to do a single player character for this. Surprise, surprise, I've always done female characters. I am going to do Assassin, I think. I think is what I'm going to do for the first one. But there are 7 character classes because we are playing as expansion. So Amazon, Necromancer, Barbarian, Paladin, and Sorceress were in the original game non-expansion add-on. And then when they did the expansion, they added a 5th act. And they added the Assassin, which is who we are going to play as today, and the Druid. Now, if you're good at micromanaging, the Necromancer is a ton of fun. It is an amazing time to come back and play. But it will lag systems that are not up to par, and honestly, I think that mine might be there. I don't know if I can get everything on the screen the way that they do. But I mean, you've got a basic tank melee, an aura melee type character. You've got your ranged characters, either magic or physical, and then the druid rather is fun because you can have pets, wolves, vines, etc. Plus, you can turn into a werewolf or a werebear. And then whatever weapon class you have and your human form affects how that happens there. And then the assassin can do double. Spacewalk reference for the screen challenged. Funny, she doesn't look druidish. Actually, that's a dude. Spacewalk reference for the screen challenge. Sorry, I don't know that one, unfortunately. But we are going to go assassin. Mogwai, give the assassin a name. A girl name. Since you're in here and chatting. I am not going to do Kamala. I'll give you another shot. Okay, there we go. Megan. Megan the Assassin.
Good day.
Now, we did miss the opening cinematic based on the fact that I have played this game before. But I think I can get back to it. So this will not change anything, especially since we haven't spoken to this person. Let's look at the opening cinematic, though. This was an incredibly looking cutscene back when technology was piss poor. And of course, they've made it better. This is important to the story, too, by the way. That's why I want to watch this.
So, Marius, at last I find you.
Tyrael. Yes. Yes, now I recognize you. I should have known you'd travel in disguise. They're always watching.
I've been searching for you for a long time, Marius. I was rather beginning to think you didn't want to be found.
Oh, forgive me, Tyrael, please. It wasn't my fault.
Not your fault. Tell me, Marius, how was it not your fault?
The Wanderer. Yes, it was the Wanderer. My days at the Rogue Citadel seemed so long ago. I sought refuge from my memories in the company of other outcasts, high in the mountains past the Eastern Gate. Days at a time. For when
Brother smoking the peach pipe.
The memories would return. Memories of the monastery. And the evil which had claimed dreams, memories. I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Evil from my dreams followed me at my heels. How had he found me here? How could this broken shell of a man, barely able to carry the weight of his own sword, be the burning terror which drove me to hide here? He seemed to have demons of his own. He struggled to contain. And he was losing. As I watched, I became convinced that I was truly mad. The terror, the destruction, the evil I witnessed. How else could I explain them? Were these the demons from my dream, or were they born within the Wanderer?
Imagine all this in 90s CGI, by the way.
Why did I follow him? I don't know. Why do things happen as they do in dreams? All I know is that when he beckoned, I had to follow him. And from that moment, we traveled together east. Always into the east.
Alright, and we've made our character. We've named our character. So, let's join Megan the Assassin. What's fun about this, and I can kind of show you with the other characters, is as we grab armor throughout the rest of the game, it will change how our character looks on the screen, which is a nice little detail. And they did more with it in this game than they did with the original, and I like the art style of that. Plus, you get a full-size sprite now that you didn't get in the first time. If we were on the menu screen in the original game, all you would be seeing would be the character size, the gameplay size sprite, with the armor upgrades as we go. But I've filibustered long enough. Let's get into it.
Good day. Greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began. No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Well, some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutgulain before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive, then I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more.
A couple quality of life improvements that they've done over this with the private stash. You can now throw weapons in from your other characters. And I actually don't have any assassin items right now. I've got one set item, but that makes it easier too for like collecting set items and things like that, because there was really no way playing single player originally to complete a set. You could play through hours through Nightmare and Hell difficulty and just never ever complete a set, but now you can make character after character after character, and I mean it's fun to play 7 different characters through this and see what you come back up with off of that. But like I've got Barbarian Helms and Shrunken Heads for the Necromancer and Scepter for the Paladin. And then the set item, obviously, of course. I had a lot of Barbarian Helmets. Holy shit. But for the on-screen character, if it was a thing, I was not going to use it. Now, I will automatically use gold. Unfortunately, because of the way that the meta is. No, actually I won't. That's just in the shared gold. I was going to say, because of the way the meta was set up, I thought I would automatically use gold, but it does not look like I will automatically be using gold at this time. Throw the auto map up. You've got your blacksmith, who carries weapons and armor, whose services you really won't need except to sell to, because you will get enough off of characters out in the waste here. If you come up with way too much money, this guy will let you gamble, and then you can come away with some very, very, very high-end pieces of equipment. But again, typically in the rogue camp, you don't get high-leveled enough and enough gold to come back and gamble. The mage, Akara, who will be a quest starter for most of this run. And various rogues from the first game just kind of wandering around. And it looks like we will be starting going south. This Diablo 2 generates your map as you go. Like, you can't memorize a map in this game because they automatically make one as you go. In single player, it stays the same map. Now, if we were playing multiplayer, the map would generate every time we logged out and logged back in. But as single player, it does not do that. And even comes to the point of it changes which direction your exit from the camp is every time you play.
Good day. I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls. You see, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse. The mighty citadel, from which we have guarded the gates to the east for generations, has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel. I still can't believe it, but she turned many of our sister rogues against us and drove us from our ancestral home. Now the last defenders of the sisterhood are either dead or scattered throughout the wilderness. I implore you, stranger, please help us. Find a way to lift this terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time. There is a place of great evil in the wilderness. Kasha's rogue scouts have informed me that a cave nearby is filled with shadowy creatures and horrors from beyond the grave. I fear that these creatures are massing for an attack against our encampment. If you are sincere about helping us, find the dark labyrinth and destroy the foul beasts. May the Great Eye watch over you.
And even though I have no money, she's got various tomes and scrolls and potions. And now we have a quest. Look for the den in the wilderness outside the rogues' camp, which we will do in this very first area. Now, when I play offline,
they'll never see me coming,
and not streaming, I typically tend to go to all the outside edges and then look for other creatures as we go. Zombies to start. And extra belt slots to carry more potions. Potions are hotkeyed to 1 through 4. And one of the quality of life updates that they did to this version is you've got auto gold pickup. You still have to pick everything else up manually. Like, I'm not going to screw around with bolts because I'm not playing an archer character. But your gold picks up automatically. Come on. Come back here. These little bastards run away if you kill or anything else in front of them. And if you hit the Alt button, it'll show you anything laying on the ground that you might possibly want. So I am going to do Like, I'm going to get a regular guitar and regular armor and things like that on this playthrough. But after that, it's going to be, for the most part, just items in blue or higher. So, magical items only. Nothing in the chest. Character rating. Now, the rogue, or I'm sorry, the assassin, is a high-speed character and a lot of attack rating for more accuracy than damage is where she shines. So, I will be alternating between strength and dexterity for 2 points. You get 5 points every level. And you get a new skill on a skill tree every level, which I'm going to throw some into Claw Mastery to begin with for this one. And I'm going to try to stop using follow-up controls. Boy, do I wish I had dual claws. Keeping a couple stamina potions around helps. If you can pick it up, of course. That is crap armor. I'm not going to take it. Although I probably should have. Because we can always improve. I'm going to take that. If you don't have something in the particular slot that you're equipping to, it auto-equips. Which that is going to fall apart and break anyway. But it's fine, it doesn't cost anything. Come on. I do like the way that they made the experience bar go across the entire heads-up display. Boy, they really want me leveling up. Because they keep giving me experience shrines left and right. Keys. Some of the chests are locked, and you do need a key. It's not a specific key for the chest, because that would take away from the random generation. Oh, and we got a gem. We'll be talking about those a little bit later. Skill Shrine gives you +2 to your every skill that you have active. It does not give +2 to anything that is inactive. And there was the locked chest, so now I don't have any keys anymore. And we got a charm, a grand charm. Identify, +7 to light. As long as those are in your inventory, they're active. I don't plan on using a buckler for long, but as long as I have a second one, well, there we go. Now we can use dual claw types. Assassins and barbarians are the only two characters that can use double weapons. And assassins can only use if they're claw type. Barbarians can dual wield any one-handed weapon. Let's see how much quicker she is with a claw on one hand, or on each hand. That's an upgraded healing potion, so we'll knock one of these out. I always try to save the healing potions to the end. Like the bigger ones. I always want to fill the slots with the javelin if we were playing a throwing type character with the Amazon, which is a fun build, by the way. And there's one who will block us.
Turn back. I can tell that you need more experience to fight safely in the next wilderness.
It's kind of a gentle stop so you don't bypass all the quests. That is super unique. Alright, Wraith Fingers. So the yellow text is super unique. It usually has 5 or 6 different attributes to it. So this one will be +1 strength, +1 dexterity, which is massive for the assassin. Lightning resist, poison resist, 2 things we don't have to worry about right now. And then +1 to light radius, which will be a big help once we get into the dungeon. One other thing to pay attention to when you're early game in Diablo 2 is you can see anything that says half freeze duration. You are going to want to grab it as soon as possible and hold it, even if it is crappy armor. As long as you can equip it, grab it. You don't have to use it right away. The boss at the end, and this is spoilers, duh, because I played this before. The boss at the end of Act 2 is a son of a bitch. And he's got a freeze spell, but it's a demonic power, not an elemental. Which means you can have all the cold resists you can find throughout the waste. And it's not going to do you a lick of good. It's not going to do you a goddamn bit of good. Throwing potions are good. Not necessarily to use, but because if you stack up a full stack of them, it's an automatic 500 gold. For something that takes, no matter how many potions you have in your stack, 1 item slot. back off! When I was younger, I thought the demons were saying, fuck off. Let's find where the Den of Evil is. There it is. I see it. It's got a flag on it. That other experience shrine is active, isn't it? Some of the shrines are reusable. Like, I could go grab that skill shrine again. Even though I used it once already.
So dark. Perfect.
If you see the shaman, you're gonna want... Ooh. Leather armor that's unique. Yes, please. So this has durability of 4 of 7. So only 7 durability full. This has 24 durability. And then it gives me +1 to life. When they have the blue text, it's partially unique, magical armor. I'm gonna leave that way. And that one too, honestly. Various dead rogues littering the floors of caves. And the wastelands. It's morbid, but you can take away what they had on them when they died. That was an amulet. And scrolls of identify. See, he can bring the little ones back to life. Amulets are magic by default. Some of them have better options than others. This one has 1 to maximum damage. But we'll take it for right now. There are better things we could use that for, but we'll take it for right now. Keys come in a stack of 12. And if you keep 1 full stack and 1 that you're working on and sell a second 12 stack, that's 240 gold for 1 slot in your inventory. I don't really need all this stamina potion. That is an ethereal dagger. That's something we don't want to screw with. Come on. If I was using any mana right now, that would be, well, maybe not necessarily useful. But if you're playing Sorceress, the mana recharge shrine is your friend. Especially when you get later on in the game and Mana Shield becomes a thing. Gems are fun, not just for the upgrade abilities that they have, but again, once you get a chance to combine things, a store of wealth, especially for one spot in your inventory. Throw another one into that. And I think next level up, I'm going to start focusing on the charge up skills. Stop resurrecting, you prick. Quest log telling me I have 5 monsters left. It doesn't help when that son of a bitch keeps resurrecting. We've cleared the Den of Evil.
The rogue's test is done.
Now we can go back. Magical boots. Okay. Rejuvenation potions I don't use that much, but they're nice to have around. And this is the only dungeon that will show that light. Now comes the fun part of running the whole way back. I'll see, that would be a better amulet, except it doesn't help with a lot right now. These are ethereal, so they're going to come with a large amount of more perks than normal, with the drawback being they can never be repaired. So once they're broken, you're done. But since I don't have any boots, I'm going to use them anyway. They've got 7 durability, but they can't be repaired, and they've got extra defense. So 2 other spots for for jewelry, for rings that can have various attributes, and a helmet that I have not found yet. That I'm a little bit surprised about. Now, the reason I've been banking stamina potions is because in a place like this, when you have to go back and run the whole way back, if that little yellow bar that's going down while I'm running hits 0, which it's probably going to because I walked past the stairway, then you're walking until it re-goes. Well, from here, I'm actually going to go out the other way. And I'm going to do a scroll of town portal, and I'm going to do it at the skill shrine here, so I can take advantage of that after I utilize and see the end. But these blue scrolls here are scrolls of town portal. Right click on it, and it brings you a portal to the middle of town. It's always in the same place, too.
You have cleansed the Den of Evil. You've earned my trust, and may yet restore my faith in humanity. Your reward is training in the skill of your choice.
So for that reward, you get a training anywhere in here, which I am going to start on my charge-up skills. Charge-up skills cost mana, but if you charge them up and either do a regular attack or throw with a finishing move with a right click, it blows shit to smithereens.
Hello.
There's the captain of the guard.
Welcome, Outlander, to our glorious hovel. I know you're here to challenge the evil that's driven us from our ancestral home. But know this. Akara may be our spiritual leader, but I command the rogues in battle. It will take more than just killing a few beasts in the wilderness to earn my trust. My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard. Apparently, Andariel is not content to take only our living. Bloodraven, one of our finest captains in the battle against Diablo at Tristram, was also one of the first to be corrupted by Andariel. Now you'll find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies. We cannot abide this defilement. If you are truly our ally, you will help us destroy her.
And we have our next quest. Look for Bloodraven in the burial grounds next to the Cold Plains, which will be the next area that we go to, and where we will see our first waypoint. But I dropped the town portal where it was instead of running all the way back. So I can pop the skill shrine. And now I'm ever closer to where Kasia was. Or Flavie, not Kasia.
Beware. Beyond lies mortal danger for the likes of you.
Go away, fuckwit. You too, asshole. You too, you fucking prick. You can fuck right off too. Now, there are perks in this game that let you heal over time with auto regen, but they're not by default. Your mana, however, will automatically regenerate. And as far as you go, Flavie, you're welcome to help. That was fun. Back off! Fuck off! I'm trying to loot you, prick. Yeah, most of the stuff out here is useless. We go the other way off of this, though, first. Should we organize what I got here? And I might as well use one of these as long as I'm out here. Because usually around where you first come into one of the map areas, this is where the waypoint is. And a waypoint is, for all intents and purposes, a free town portal. But it's also, like, because your town portals don't stay with you when you save and exit the game. So that lets you go back to where you were, or at least the area that you got to. Waypoints are especially important in multiplayer. Because even though the map auto-generates as you go, you keep your waypoints every time you save and exit. Come on, you bitch. Hey! One of the things I really like about the way they handle the charge up in this game is depending on the charge up. Come on, asshole. Is that it does appear to give you three shots for your finisher. think that's just Tiger Strike, though. Alright. Dagger, short staff, which may or not be useful. Throwing potion, always. A lighter healing potion. God, there's a lot of these fuckers around here. I'd like to level up at some point here. But they just keep throwing stuff at me. It's like a Fallout game. Alright. And I have no identify. Staves occasionally have a spell attached to them, at which point they sell for a lot more money without having to be identified. That is one full stack of strangling gas potion, by the way, which means we can turn around and get a large amount of money for that, for one slot. Get rid of these. It's usually prudent to keep 2 stamina potions. I'll throw a little bit into finishing moves, but I know I don't use them. One of the things I'd like to do is get better about using them. Jackass. One cracked cap. First cap of the game. Alright, and this is where we go for our quest.
Whose handiwork lies buried here?
I didn't want to go this early, but might as well. Scepters are another one too. If you find one and it has a spell like that one, even as a cracked form, it's worth a lot more than a run-of-the-mill scepter. Our quest updated, and now we have to go and kill Bloodraven.
My army will destroy you.
You know how that worked out for you. Alright, bitch, where are you? There she is. She is fast, too. Well, luckily, there's no shortage of fodder to build up your charge skill.
What I kill stays dead.
Throwing knives are another one. Throwing knives are 480 for 2 slots. No matter what. No matter their quality, no matter anything. No matter how many are in the stack, no matter anything. Very, very good early store of wealth. And then this little area here has 2 sub-dungeons in it. The Crypt and the Mausoleum. And I will go through each of these only to get the end of dungeon chest. If it involves going through the whole dungeon, it does. If we find it right away, then we won't bother with anything else. But there are a large amounts of treasure in these dungeons. And a ring.
I am overburdened.
And we are out of room. So now we're gonna sell some shit.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I can hardly believe that you've defeated Bloodraven. Though she was once my closest friend, I pray that her tortured spirit remains banished forever. You have earned my respect, stranger, and the allegiance of the rogues. I have placed several of my best warriors at your disposal.
Now, you automatically get a rogue now, whose inventory can be opened with O. I have Kyoko, who can level up. Does Cold Arrow. And Freezing Arrow. So, and I'll go back and hire whoever does cold spells, if I get somebody who does fire spells or lightning spells. So I'm going to stay with this particular mercenary. And she can carry a bow, 1 piece of armor, and 1 helmet. Get rid of some of this stuff here.
Hi there, I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here. Many of our sisters fought bravely against Diablo when he first attacked the town of Tristram. They came back to us true veterans, bearing some really powerful items. Seems like their victory was short-lived, though. Most of them are now corrupted by Andariel.
Charcy can repair anything that you have. So that's 25. That's $500 for, or 500 gold rather, for 1 inventory slot. If you hold the control key and you're just going to sell stuff out. And that's $720 for 2. That has to be identified. That has to be identified. I'll get rid of that just because there's no real point to holding too many of those. That's 1,338 gold immediately. Nothing to sneeze at there. Get rid of that. Drop that back in there. So one of the things I'm going to do while I'm here is start to get tomes as well. 589, that's not too bad. I mean, we could do better with store of value, but that'd be worth like 20 gold otherwise without the frozen armor add-on. And that is worth 845, even as cracked, even as low quality. Let's get some identify spells, and let's go figure that out. And Akara is actually going to give me a new quest.
It is clear that we are facing an evil difficult to comprehend, let alone combat. There is only one Haradrim sage, schooled in the most arcane history and lore, who could advise us. His name is Deckard Cain. You must go to Tristram and find him, my friend. I pray that he still lives.
Alright, so I want that. And then that has 1 scroll in it already. That had 2, now it has 4. You right-click on the scrolls, and it'll fill your inventory, your tome, for as much as either your gold will allow, or as space will allow. But because I had a lot of gold from selling a lot of jewelry, I could pretty much max it out right away. That's got 3 to skeleton mastery, so that fetches a pretty penny. Shrunken heads are cheap normally. I leave them laying on the ground unless they have at least 1 attribute to them. Ring of Craftsmanship, 1 to maximum damage. Tangerine Ring of Craftsmanship, 1 to maximum damage. Lightning resist +5. Again, not something we need to worry about right now in the game, but definitely something to watch for. That amulet is +1 to strength, which I'm going to take. Overall, a decent haul for the first run out. Trust me, if you're taking everything, that space fills up in a hurry. Now we go to the stash. The secret stash. And we'll deposit all of that, because the less gold you have on you, the better. In case the worst does happen. Because you lose... Death takes a toll of 10% of your gold. The gold that you have on you when you die. Actually, I don't think it's a percentage, if I remember correctly. It is, it's a floating variable that keeps going up. So you either cover it or you don't, and then he just takes everything that you have. Alright. Let's go clean out the rest of the crypt. The ring that I need. Look at that! Love to get a better helmet. That's kind of a waste. Because a throwing knife magic, unless it's got really, really super duper attributes, will also be 720. Unique or not. Unique monsters will always give you 4 potions of various types. Come on. Those are not unique. We're not going to take those. Superior quilted armor, which is a downgrade from what I have now. Special monsters come with minions. They're usually surrounded by a bunch of their same type that have various stat buffs coming from the master, and they maintain some of them, but they also lose some of them if you take the master, the magical monster out. Hello, my name's Jeff. Do you want to sell me Medicare and Medicaid, Jeff? There are also champion monsters who are not quite as strong as the magical monsters and don't drop as much. It's they drop a butt ton of gold, and if you're lucky, a unique item or magical item. Welcome into the stream, Vong. There is our end of dungeon chest right there. Nice. And a level up. Super unique javelin. Definitely take that. And usually these chests have 1 or 2, maybe 3 unique items. Scrolls, gems, and a lot of gold. And a bunch of potions.
I can't carry anymore.
How are you already over encumbered? Alright, I need to come up with 10 item slots. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's get rid of that first. More lightning resist, I'll take that for now. Those are +1 to dexterity. That is a must for an assassin. Plus then I can get rid of these ones I can't fix. Light armor of the jackal, +2 to life. I'll take that one, and I will give that to my minion, the other one. Didn't really need to identify those right now. Those, however, are going to fetch a fair penny. You can take
I'll
this.
put that to good use.
And that means I can take the bow with a +18 attack rating,
I'll put that to good use.
which will give a nice boost to your ability to attack. Alright. Those are still not as good as that one. +16 to attack rating, +1 to strength. Well, the way that my character is set up, that +1 to dexterity does way more for the attack rating. Alright, as far as you go, let's throw 1 to strength, 2 to dexterity, 1 to vitality, 1 energy. And because I'm on level 6, we've opened up the second tier. And I'm going to use Fists of Fire as my charge skill. Perfect. That'll change the way we do things. 22 Jump Street. I have seen 21. I have not seen 22. And I only saw 21 fairly recently. I think I do need to go clean out before we hit this other one. Let's do that, actually. It's one of those might as well situations. I went through the first two areas, didn't have to go clean out. The second I get to the second area, oh, we gotta go clean everything out.
Greetings.
Yeah, see, even magical item, it's still 720. Save the topaz. That was almost not worth it by itself. And those are ethereal, so we can't restock them. To repair equipment. That'll be good. Drop off the gems. And we can be right back to the action. Where's my stash? There it is. Long, I got Skyward Sword for my Switch. Which means I'll get a chance to experience it. I don't have a wristband for my Joy-Cons though, so I'm curious because I've heard mixed reviews about using motion controls for it, because the game was designed for motion controls. But I can give it a try. Another Zelda game I can give a try to. Leather armor. Lindsey Graham's favorite, if Mogwai is still here. And that's our end chest right there. So I don't have to slog through this one quite as much. You're starting to give up regular healing and mana potions. Nice. We'll swap some of those. Out of the gold, right? Yep. Alright, let's get out of here. Or the undead know I'm here. 22 Jump Street was strange. Lowbrow, but quite funny. Even better, there was a scene, I believe it was during or after the credits, containing some pretty good humor about the fact that it was a sequel, and the sequel movies are everywhere. Thank you, Kyoko, for catching those while I was reading. Alright. Now let's find the cave in this area. Or I'll take it. Charm. Let's go ahead and identify that right away too. And get rid of those. +3 to strength. Yes, please. There's the path. Is it over here? Play a Skyward Sword with the motion controls, and anyone who says the motion controls suck or make it less enjoyable just needs to get good. Well, I'll have nothing to compare it to. There's the cave. Which in this one is called a cave. So again, I'm not going to, like I usually do, go through and explore every single inch. I'm going to do things that are better for streaming, like things that I learned from playing Final Fantasy X on stream. But I am going to get the end of dungeon treasure for all these little caves. Throwing knife. Always take throwing knives. Yes, you're still cold enchanted, I know. Bitch. what did we get? Not as good as what I have. Yeah, I'll probably do a bit of both, I think. Because one of the things that I want to do is, like, I can play in bed if I'm not using the motion controls. And then, I don't know what it would be to play Skyward Sword on stream with motion controls. I guess I'd have to try it off screen to see how it's going to be. But everything is a streamable game for me. Okay, so the staircase wasn't over there. Take a scroll of identify. There's the staircase. That'll make this a nice short journey through here. The first levels are random generated. The second levels are set piece.
I am overburdened.
That could have turned out worse. Yes, now I can grab that. I'll call that good, I think. Oh yeah, that's gonna pulls me some cash. Gee. That one's going to just because it's got the attributes, but the spells are where it's at. I might not be able to sell that scepter right now. Because of the 5,000 gold cap in Act 1. Nope, I gotta save that one. That one we can get rid of. I figured that was going to actually get more. Each act has a cap on the amount of gold that you can sell for at one swing. Act 1 is 5,000 gold. Act 2 is 10,000. It just goes up by another 5,000 every act. So if I hold this onto this until Act 2, then I'll be able to get probably 6,000 to 7,000 for it. Or it could be smart and put it in the shared stash until I make a paladin character. this would go a lot easier if you weren't resurrecting little bastards. Jack off. I'll do. Super unique quilted armor. Yes, please. +1 defense. Even though I don't necessarily keep charms between trips, they're really handy to have. Well, you do have them. Neither of these are gonna beat the stats here, unfortunately. Get rid of that. Alright, let's get out of here. Go away. I don't want you. Yeah, how'd that work out for you? On to the cold plains. Yeah, like I said at the top of the stream, I've got to fix my capture card, or get a new one, I think, because I think the other one that I got for $30 on eBay was shot. And I mean, Diablo 2 gives me a good buffer for that. And then next we're playing Mario RPG: The Legend of the Seven Stars in its high definition remake. Stop! Go away! Town Fort, I'll take that one. I love Diablo 2, but I will say this about it and the way they structured it is there is really no reason, I would say, to buy anything from the shops, because they give you enough gold, enough treasure, enough magical armor to carry you through the game in the wilderness. Walked right into that one. Where's my mercenary? Why don't I have a mercenary? Hi, Killex. Welcome. Yeah, I did. Oh, go away, jackass. Did something have mana burn and I missed it?
I am overburdened.
Of course you are. And you actually are, too. Well, good. That'll give me a chance to solve the mystery of the missing mercenary.
Hello.
Oh, she died. Whoever your mercenary manager is in the camp can resurrect the mercenary if it dies, which was another big add-on for the expansion. I am out of identify scrolls. How the hell did that happen?
The Order welcomes you. I should have saved that one. Oh well.
Good day.
Well, that solves one mystery. Go back to the Stoner Field. Boy, it's amazing how much less shit gets to me when she's around. There's our secret dungeon, by the way. Get rid of that piece of crap. Get something slightly better. That one's a low quality cap. Before I go in through the underground passage, I'm going to go find the waypoint. But the quest says go through the underground passage to the Dark Wood and search for the Tree of Infus to recover the scroll. Not that I really need to read that description because I have played this game several hundred times.
These stones hold an ancient power.
Skull cap, at least that's going to be better than what I have. Still nothing magical for my head. They sure are giving me a lot of stuff. Thank you, Kasia. Ah! So I have to touch these in a certain order. It changes randomly. Auto-generates every time you play the game, just like everything else. So I've got to go through that underground passage to go find out what it is now. Ruby. But first, where the hell is the waypoint? Usually it's right by the entrance. No, there's one in here. Oh look, another quest marker.
And so it came to pass that the Countess, who once bathed in the rejuvenating blood of 100 virgins, was buried alive. And her castle, in which so many cruel deeds took place, fell rapidly into ruin. Rising over the buried dungeons in that god-forsaken wilderness, a solitary tower, like some monument to evil, is all that remains. The Countess's fortune was believed to be divided among the clergy, although some say that more remains unfound, still buried alongside the rotting skulls that bear mute witness to the inhumanity of the human creature.
Look for the tower in the Black Marsh beyond the Dark Wood. Giggity. And this area, by the way, dead ends here. And our quests go on through the Dark Wood, so through the underground passage. Which is why it's blowing my mind that I still haven't found the waypoint yet. There it is. Now, if I either die or save and reset, we can come back here. I think that's a dead end. I think that's a throwing potion. Where are you? I heard you. Nobody there for it to hit, but it looked cool. Let me rephrase that. Nobody there for it to hit but myself. There are two staircases we're looking for in here. One goes down and one goes up. And I will be taking the one that goes down first. Looks like I am leveled enough for Kyoko to get an upgrade. As soon as I find one of those bows that's in... Jeez! Blue. Myself as well, as soon as I find hard armor that's in blue. Those were champions. As noted by the large amount of gold they just dropped. Yeah, if you could stop raising those little bastards, that would be great. Yeah, we're not in any shortage of town portal scrolls either, again.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was coming. You're got a lot of stuff, though. That's just about worthless. And that's just going to be a standard 720. Alright, let's see what I got.
Yes?
tell you this would be really phenomenal. If I got some magical guitars. Ring. Plus 10 to attack rating, plus 1 to light radius, which is way better than what we have going on right now. What did I just grab? Alright. That is the out entrance to go back to the Dark Wood. Where are you? Whoa! Good answer. Two extra skill points and everything I've active? Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, somewhere in there, I was gonna say, somewhere in here, there's a set of stairs that go down. Super unique scimitar. Yes, I said that wrong on purpose. And it looks like Kyoko just found her cold arrows too. That's got to be something from a recent release, because I don't remember, even when I first picked this game up, the minion having to wait for spells. But that is one advantage to the developers of an all-online game all the time with regular updates, is that they can put balanced things in there like that. Because in the original, they just had... Ooh, that's got some stuff to it. Your mercenary had by default one of the arrow spells, cold or fire, or magic.
I am overburdened.
And that's all that you had throughout the game. But now it actually looks like they gave a sort of level up. I wonder how that works with like the Iron Wolves and things like that. Because full disclosure, I never used any of the other mercenaries, because it always worked out so well for me on my playstyle to have a long distance mercenary. But if they've got extra spells and skills that they can grow up into, it might actually be worth it to look at some of the other mercenaries now. You know, for being a major area boss, that was pretty easy.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Maybe even a little bit too easy. That'll fetch a pretty penny. Alright, well, +1 to maximum is not much. but it's better than what I have. I would definitely rather see +1 to minimum than maximum.
Good day.
That sells for 1. That's what we started the game with. But, I mean, guitars are cheap anyway. I'm surprised I haven't found anything socketed yet.
How has this tree escaped corruption?
Take the scroll of Inifus to Akara. First thing I do is upgrade my armor. Upgrade yours. Should put a helmet on her too, by the way.
I'll put that to good use.
Now let's play a game called Where the Fuck is the Waypoint? Because then I don't have to go back through the dark wood, or the underground passage rather. I should put a cap on my mercenary as I walk around, finding opportunities to do just that and ignoring them. That one's
I'll
socketed.
put that to good use.
So when they have the 2 holes in it, they say that they're socketed. Those gems that I've been picking up, you can drop them into those sockets and change the attributes and make something that's normally not unique or magical into something that's magical. Doesn't give you a lot, especially this early in the game, but it is worth it. it's a trap. Go away. Alright, no waypoint over here. That's just a spot of ground. Guess let me check the other side of this walled off section. Nope, nothing there either. There it is.
Ah, very good. I have translated the runes on this scroll.
That was a pain in the
You
ass.
must find the cairn stones and touch them in the order that I have written.
Go to the cairn stones in the Stoner Field. Touch the stones in the order found on the Scroll of Inifis. Enter the portal to Tristram, but beware the danger that lies ahead. I probably have to get rid of some of this stuff. Some of the stuff I shouldn't have picked up in the first fucking place. What's wrong with me?
Greetings.
Bloodguard. Picked up a bunch of stuff I didn't need. Alright, let's go stash that cash. And then we will be off to the site of the first game. Oh, that's right, I didn't make a town portal. Because we are instead going back to the Stoner Field. Ow. Alright. And our pattern is... two. Pointing down. Alright, here we go.
Tristram, the first to fall to Diablo's wrath.
Help!
Kane, go to the road camp.
While you're doing that,
I can't carry anymore.
don't tell me that. My inventory is almost empty. But spears are 4 tall, and I think I had almost all of my bottom slots filled at the time. In the original game, that bridge went across this river here, and you saw it worked. Except now he's there. And he'll give you back all the gold that he bilked out of you in the first game. A little swindler. Those of you who did not play Diablo 1, Wirt would... he'd give you an almost guaranteed super unique item, but it was kind of a gamble. But it cost you 100 gold just to take a look. Ow. And about 70% of the time, he actually had something that was worthwhile. It was worth it to take a look. Visit Kane and Akara in the rogue encampment.
Greetings. As a token of my gratitude, I will identify items for you at no charge. Regrettably, I could do nothing to prevent the disaster which devastated Tristram. It would appear that our greatest fears have come to pass. Diablo, the Lord of Terror, has once again been set loose upon the world. As you know, some time ago, Diablo was slain beneath Tristram, and when our hero emerged triumphant from the labyrinth beneath town, we held a grand celebration that lasted several days.
Kane is very long-winded.
Yet, as the weeks passed, our hero became increasingly aloof. He kept his distance from the rest of the townsfolk and seemed to lapse into a dark, brooding depression. I thought that perhaps his ordeal had been so disturbing that he simply could not put it out of his mind. The hero seemed more tormented every passing day. I remember he awoke many times, screaming in the night, always something about the East. One day he simply left, and shortly thereafter Tristram was attacked by legions of foul demons. Many were slain, and the demons left me to die in that cursed cage. I believe now that Tristram's hero was that dark wanderer who passed this way before the monastery fell. I fear even worse, my friend. I fear that Diablo has taken possession of the hero who sought to slay him. If true, Diablo will become more powerful than ever before. You must stop him, or all will be lost.
And, as mentioned, Kane will identify items for free. For the rest of the game. But if you want pick up something cool like a charm,
You have risked your life
and you still
to
want to
rescue
use it,
Kane. For that we thank you.
You'll have to
and
identify it in the
seek his
field.
counsel immediately.
And you gave me a magic damage reduced by 1 ring, which is also much better than anything that I had. So Word's Peg Leg is 1 socket and can be used as a melee weapon. However, it has better uses. So we're gonna hide that here. As long as I'm here, I might as well get rid of what I have.
When I fled the monastery, I left behind the Herodric Malice, my enchanted smithing hammer. If you can retrieve it for me, I'll use its magic to strengthen your equipment.
And anything that you lay on her forge, once we finish that quest, you get to use it once, and anything that you use it for gets an automatic yellow upgrade. So I have the Forgotten Tower and the Herodric Malice. I don't know if I can get to the Herodric Tower yet in this stream and finish, but I know I can get to the next waypoint, so that's what we're going to do. Kill you already? Apparently not. Wolf head. Always worth taking a look at. Character class weapon does come with +1 spell.
I can't.
Oh. I couldn't remember if all characters could use the wolf head or not. And there's the waypoint. And I think that's going to be it for the night. I think that's what we're going to call it. Now, there's no need to forcefully go back to the rogue camp at this point, because every time you leave the game and come back, you automatically start in the same place. 5 steps to the southwest of Warrive in this act, which pretty much pop into the center of town in whichever act you're playing. So we'll take this. We'll take a look at how much our character has improved since we started. You'll remember, mostly naked, no helmet, and 1 wrist blade, and a shield. Now we've got some respectable armor going up, and yeah, this will all go up as we go. But for now, I gotta work in the morning. Well, that was fun. And again, it gives me a nice little buffer before going in, and it'll give me a chance to get my capture card set up and figure out how to stream from the Nintendo Switch. I'll be looking forward to that. I'll be practicing a little bit with Skyward Sword to see if the controls go, because, again, on something like that, it would be kind of nice to be able to go around and play on stream, so that'll be coming up here. Why is the Video Game Study Lounge silent? Oh, it was switching songs, that's why. I'm like, oh no, did that channel go down too? Radio Cutman, which I like to listen to while I'm at work, went dead silent for like 2 days over the weekend. I think it was up close to 3. It was close to the end of Friday, and it was just dead all through the weekend. They finally went back and fixed it on Monday, so it was one that I enjoy. But for that now, thanks for coming by and watching and hanging out, and some of the first-time chats, and a lot of lurkers tonight too. So we'll be back on Wednesday for a little bit more of this. Thank you so much again for coming by and hanging out, and we'll see you here next time. Fallout Friday coming up on Friday as we do the first steps into the Point Lookout DLC starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. Be there for that. No stream tomorrow because I have plans, and we will see you here next time for more Staying a While and Listen here in Diablo 2 Resurrected. Thanks again. And if you are on Twitch, stick around. We're going to go take you to another streamer so you can enjoy and fall asleep into the night. Thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you again. And we'll see you next time. Take care.